Next we will see positive rays and discovery of proton. Positive rays, discovery of proton. Now see here, the first experiment that led to the discovery of the positive rays was conducted by Goldstein in 1886. The first experiment was conducted by the Goldstein by the discovery of positive rays. So what he did is here, he taken modified cathode. So that is perforated cathode was taken by the Goldstein. So here he taken one perforated cathode. So here holes are there in the cathode plate. He taken anode plate. Now these two are connected to the battery. Now what is observed by the scientist is, from the cathode to anode in this direction, cathode rays are traveling. So cathode rays containing electrons. That time they observed opposite direction, from the anode to cathode to the opposite direction, some rays are passing. So here they arranging zinc sulfide screen here. So on the screen, light glowing. That means these particles are hitted here and these particles will glow and it will give light. So scientists are observed here, some rays are traveling towards the cathode from the anode. So these rays are called anode rays. Here very important thing is, cathode rays are traveling from the cathode to anode. So cathode rays are originated at cathode. So anode rays are also from the anode to cathode, right? So here anode rays are traveling from anode to cathode. But here very important thing is, positive rays are nothing but anode rays. Positive rays are nothing but anode rays is not originated. Anode rays are not originated at anode. So cathode rays are originated at cathode, so that rays are called cathode rays. But anode rays are not originated at anode. So then where these anode rays are generated, we can see now. These anode rays are generated by the ionization of the gas which is present in the discharge tube. If you take here hydrogen gas, that hydrogen gas is dissociate. So ionization of the gas. So this hydrogen gas is dissociate like hydrogen atoms. So this hydrogen atom containing one electron and nucleus and this hydrogen containing one electron here. So when the ionization of the hydrogen gas, this electron is ejected, remaining H plus will remain. So this hydrogen is dissociate like hydrogen atoms. So this is the hydrogen atom. Hydrogen atom will give one electron by the formation of H plus. This H plus is called proton. So these protons are containing anode rays. So now we have clarity. Anode rays are not originated at the anode. Anode rays are formed by the ionization of gas which is present in the discharge tube. Okay. If you take helium gas here, if you take hydrogen gas, H plus are released. If you take helium gas in the discharge tube, helium containing two electrons. So here helium ionization is different. So the anode rays are depending on the type of gas is taken in the discharge tube. So already we discussed it in previous video regarding cathode rays. Cathode rays is independent of which gas is taken in the discharge tube and independent of which metallic plate you can take as a cathode. But in the case of anode rays are dependent. If you take different gases, different protons will generate. So positive rays or anode rays is depending on the which type of gas you have taken here. That will we will discuss. Next point we will discuss that. So here important thing is anode rays are not originated at the anode. That anode rays are generated by the ionization of the gas, which gas is present in the discharge tube. This is very important. So here these rays are produced by the ionization of the gas filled in the tube by cathode rays. So by the cathode rays, from the ionization of gas, anode rays are produced, not from the anode. Okay. So next we'll move. So charge, pass, proton charge. So how much proton charge is, we will see. So proton charge here exactly same value with different sign, with opposite sign of electron. So here positive charge, proton charge is plus 1.602 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulomb. So exact electron charge only. So just to only the change of sign. Now mass of proton as usual. So charge by charge to mass ratio 1.602 into 10 to the power of minus 19 upon 9.579 into 10 to the power of 4. This is charge to mass ratio for proton. So we will get 1.672 into 10 to the power of minus 24 grams. In the kg, 10 to the power of minus 27 kg. So these values are constant. It will never change. So you have to remember these values. It will use when we are going to solve a problems in this chapter. Sometimes they will give the values in the question also. So that is depending on the question paper.